Wealth is created by the first generation, expanded by the second, and often disputed by the third. And that is precisely why succession planning is not merely about assets, but it's about clarity, continuity, and family harmony. In our profession, we often see two types of client. One who do succession planning, and the other for whom their kids do it in their court. And today's synopsis is all about ensuring the first situation happens much more often than the second. And with that in mind, I would like to ask the speaker for the day, Yogesh Thar sir, to please come and join us on the dais. Along with sir, I would like to ask our President sir, Niraj Harodia ji, and the mentor of Allied Laws Committee and our past President, CA Santosh Roongta ji, to please come and join us on the dais. I would like to request all of us present here to please stand for the national song Vande Mataram, followed by ACAE theme song.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyotsna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
निष्काम तू जो कर्म कर, विश्वास हो जो धर्म पर, हर नियति में हो गति, जग जीत ले तू। हौसला चट्टान सा हो, श्वास में तूफान सा, मझधार को अब पार कर, जग जीत ले तू। उद्घोष कर अब हर हृदय में जोश भर, पहचान तू जो लक्ष्य है, जीवन तेरा उत्कर्ष है, जग जीत ले तू। ओ सत्यनिष्ठ तेरी डगर हो, रोशनी हर राह पर, अब बस यही पैगाम दे, सृष्टि नए आयाम ले, जग जीत ले तू, जग जीत ले तू, जग जीत ले तू।
Now, I would like to request the dignitaries on the dais to please join us for lighting of the lamp. Along with, I would like to ask our past presidents and the ACAE office bearers and EC members to please join us for lighting of the lamp.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि, गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि, गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि, एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि, गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि, एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि।
Now I would like our President, Niraj Harodia sir to please come and start the session with a welcome address. Thank you, sir.
Namaste to all distinguished guests, respected past president, eminent speakers, delegates, and dear members of the ACAE family. So let me begin with this beautiful morning, with this beautiful line. A new morning is not just the beginning of a day, it's the beginning of new possibilities. And the month of March itself carries a special significance for all professionals. March is the last month of this financial year, a time when every professional is deeply engaged in closing books, planning taxes, and ensuring compliances. It is also the month of the last installment of advance tax, when businesses and professionals review the entire year's performance. But beyond numbers and compliances, March is also a time for reflection and planning for the future, not just for businesses, but also for families and legacies. And today's topic, structuring succession planning and inheritance laws, fits perfectly into the spirit of reflection and forward planning. Friends, when I became the president, I was very clear that ACAE must organize a program on succession planning and inheritance laws. Because in today's uncertain world, wealth protection, and smooth succession are extremely critical. To make this program truly meaningful, I requested our Honorable Secretary CA Mohit Bhutodia, who himself has a deep expertise in this area, to suggest the best speakers in India on this subject. And he suggested the name of our distinguished speakers present today. Let me warmly welcome our distinguished speakers. C. Yogesh Thar is a partner at Bansi S. Mehta, Mumbai, with nearly 4 decades of experience in corporate taxation and international tax matters. Friends, I first called CA Yogesh sir in the month of September last year, when I requested him, Raju ji, baat mat kariye. When I requested him to, sir, please participate in this program, so he told me very honestly that Niraj, I am not available in the month of October, November, December, January, February. मैंने बोला sir, my term ends in August, so most welcome in the month of March. And today is the day, so give a big round of applause to sir. Sir, we warmly welcome you to Kolkata and to the ACAE family. Advocate Mrinalini Deshmukh. Next, it's my privilege to welcome Advocate Mrinalini Deshmukh ji, one of the India's most respected experts in family law, women's right. Friend, something I must share with all of you. I am also a member of Bombay Chartered Accountant Society. One day I received an invitation for a session on daughters' right in succession laws. Madam, I attended that session and was deeply impressed by the clarity and importance of the subject. And I immediately checked ma'am's profile and contacted her. And I felt that there could not be a better day than today to discuss this topic. As a father of a daughter, I personally felt that the importance of this subject. Madam, we are truly honored to have with us today. Thank you very much for your presence. CA Gautam Doshi, in his absentia right now, is on the way to hotel. Our next distinguished speaker is a CA Gautam Doshi, partner at Bhavna Doshi Associates LLP. With over 45 years of professional experience, he has advised several industrial groups and family businesses and has served on the boards of multiple companies. Friends, that dream we discussed a month ago is becoming a reality today. And for this, we must give a big round of applause for our Secretary, Sri Mohit Bhutodia ji. And today, our speaker have traveled all the way from Mumbai, the financial capital of India, and today they are here in Kolkata, the intellectual and cultural capital of India, a city known for its heritage, wisdom, and thought leadership. So today, we are witnessing a beautiful confluence of Mumbai's financial expertise with Kolkata's intellectual legacy. I extend my warm welcome to our respected past presidents, whose vision and leadership have built the strong foundation of this organization. Friends, ACAE today stands tall because of the collective contribution of all past leaders over the last 65 years. I also welcome all our delegates, members, young professionals who have joined us today. Friends, life is uncertain. The COVID pandemic taught the entire world a very painful lesson. We saw how suddenly life can change. Many families lost loved ones without warning. In many cases, wealth existed, business existed, assets existed, but there was no proper succession planning. This led to disputes, confusions, and emotional as well as financial distress. Today across India, thousands of cases relating to inheritance dispute, family settlements, trust structures, and succession conflicts are pending in courts. If we look globally, countries like USA, UK, Singapore, and Australia have developed sophisticated frameworks around state planning, family trust, and succession governance. In those jurisdictions, succession planning is treated as an essential part of wealth management. But in India, despite having a large number of family businesses and inherited wealth, succession planning is still not discussed openly in many families. Some important questions. What happens to business when the founder is no longer there? How should wealth be transferred to the next generation? What are the tax implications of trust? How do daughters' rights operate under succession laws today? Can article of association help in succession planning? How do revocable and irrevocable trust works in modern taxation? To answer these questions, today this symposium has been designed. Friends, it has been almost 7 months since I assumed office as president. With the blessing of Almighty and the guidance of our respected past president, we have successfully organized 14 programs so far, almost 2 programs every month. Interaction with Chief Economic Advisor of India, program on GST and IBC, World Meditation Day celebration, Diwali meet, Raichak Extraction Group, program on IPO, Union Budget discussion, International Women's Day celebration, joint program with CAFE, interaction with Union Minister Honorable Sukhanto Majumdar ji, seminar with chairman and officials of NAFRA. And the journey continues, and very soon we have one more excursion trip to Lakshadweep. 4th April, we are organizing program on GCC, ESG, Gift City. On 18th April, we will have IBC conclave with IPNet and ICMA. On 2nd May, we will have a conclave on NPO, trust, societies, Section 8 companies, FCRA, CRA, accounting matters. On 9th May, there will be National Conclave on GST Appellate Tribunal with speaker across India. Friends, our calendar is almost ready till August, and we will keep sharing update with you shortly. Friends, many people ask me, how is the ACA able to organize so meaningful program? The answer is very simple. It's only and only teamwork. We are blessed with strong leadership, dedicated committees, and ever-growing membership base. Interestingly, nowadays we are even receiving membership requests through LinkedIn and other digital platforms. Friends, this reputation is not built overnight. It's the hard-earned goodwill of the 65-year created by every president and every member who has served this organization. And therefore, I appeal to those who are attending this program today, but they are not yet member, please become part of this ACA family. For this, I sincerely thank the Almighty for making all this possible. I also thank Ketki ji from the team of Yogesh sir and Nishta ji from the team of Gautam sir for their wonderful coordination for this program. Before I conclude, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our mentor, CA Santosh Roongta ji, for his continuous guidance, and to the chairman and co-chairman, Siddhanth Jajodia ji and Amrish Bhuwania ji, and the entire organizing team for their tireless effort. Let me conclude with a beautiful thought relevant to today's theme. पूर्वजों की कमाई केवल संपत्ति नहीं होती, वह एक जिम्मेदारी भी होती है. Succession planning is not only about wealth, it's about responsibility, continuity, and harmony with families. Friends, I request all delegates to actively participate, ask questions, and take maximum benefit from the wisdom of our distinguished speaker. Thank you once again. Welcome to this ACAE Symposium. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for setting up such an amazing tone for today's morning. Now, I would like to request the mentor of Allied Laws Committee and our ACAE past president, CA Santosh Kumar Roongta ji, to please come and shed some light on the theme of today's session.
Good morning to our esteemed speakers and all participants here today. It is truly a pleasure for me to address all of you to the Symposia of Structuring Succession Planning in Inheritance Laws. On behalf of Allied Laws Subcommittee, I would like to sincerely thank each one of you for taking time to be here and to be a part of this important discussion. Succession planning, my friends, is a subject that often does not receive attention until it is absolutely necessary. Before I speak more on the subject, I would like to tell you about the meaning of succession planning. Succession planning is the process of transferring ownership, control and management of our assets, businesses from one generation to another generation in a structured, legally secure manner. It ensures continuity of business, protection of family wealth, avoidance of dispute amongst heirs, and tax efficiency. But the objective of success planning is to smooth transfer of ownership, continuity of business operation, protection of family wealth, minimizing legal dispute, tax and compliance efficiency, and protection of vulnerable family members in case of any dispute among themselves. Now I'll dwell upon the key elements of succession planning. First of all, we have to do the identification of assets. We have to prepare a complete inventory of assets such as immovable properties, shares in companies, partnership interest, bank accounts and investments, intellectual properties and personal assets. Then, thereafter, we have to identify the successors and decide who will own these assets, who will manage these assets, who will manage this business, and whether ownership management should be separate or it should be managed by professionals. Then, while planning the successor, we have to see the leadership quality amongst the persons who will be the legal heirs in case of succession. So, identify next generation leader, provide training and mentoring before the death happens. Of course, that is not certain when it is going to happen, but we should take them into a system much before our age comes. And then define the clear management roles which the successor has to take. These are very important steps. And normally, what legal tools we are taking or used for succession planning in India are will, family settlement agreement, trust structures, or by way of gift. In case of communities, shareholders agreement. In case of partnership, it is partnership deed. And for succession of planning for family business, we have to define family constitution, separate ownership and management so that the business is managed effectively, set succession rules, establish dispute resolution mechanism, because that is more important when the business hands change. It is very important that people who are not in the management will always try to bring faults into the people who are managing the business. So how the dispute has to be resolved has to be decided in advance. And the tax consideration. What is the tax consideration involved in transfer assets? That is a very important thing which we have to decide. What is the risk involved without succession planning is that it causes family disputes, litigation, fragmentation of assets, business collapse and heavy tax burden. So it is today's session is very important from the point of view that we professionals have to guide our clients as to how to go ahead in case they want to ensure that the succession is smooth, transparent, and it is free of any litigation. So I am confident that today's this session will provide meaningful perspectives and practical guidance that will benefit all the professional persons. So the best practices we should follow now in the case is that start planning early, maintain transparency in the family, use written legal documents, review plan periodically, take professional legal and tax advice. In case of business families, the best succession plan usually combines will, family settlement, private family trust, and corporate structuring. More with the learned speakers we have got, we will dwell upon the subject. I have only told, spoken about the ways and the problems which we face in succession planning, and I hope the speakers will dwell upon it in more this thing, so that we are able to understand the whole implication. Before I conclude, I would like to sincerely appreciate the efforts of our President Niraj Harodia, along with his team and allied resource subcommittee, for putting together this symposium on thoughtfully organizing and such program. Such programs requires dedication, teamwork, and their effort, and truly deserve recognition. And it is not very successful unless we have learned speakers to guide us in this matter. I would also like to thank our distinguished speaker, CA Yogesh Sir, advocate, and Mrilani Deshmukhji, CA Gautam Doshi, who have graciously agreed to share their knowledge and experience with us today. I encourage all participants to actively take part in the discussion, share perspectives, and make the most of the opportunity to learn and interact. With these words, I once again thank you all and wish the symposium a very insightful and successful section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting such an amazing tone for today's symposium. Before we move forward, it's time we felicitate our speakers for the day. I would like to ask Mehak to please come and present ma'am with Uttorio. Now I would request our past president, Sushil Kumar Pransuka sir, to please come and present ma'am with coffee table book. Ma'am, this coffee table book is a summation of the 65 years of our association's legacy in a very compact and pictorial format. Thank you. Now I would request our president, sir, to please present a memento to ma'am. May I request Indu Chatrat sir to please come and present Uttorio to our speaker, sir, Yogesh sir. Thank you, sir. May I please request Jinesh Vanjara sir to please come and present coffee table book to sir. Thank you, sir. And now may I ask our president, sir, yes, sir, to please present memento to Sir Yogesh sir. Thank you so much for such a positive note beginning for today. And as it is said, companies are going concern, but humans are not, and hence succession planning. If done right, the legacy continues. If not, they might turn into competing businesses. With that, I would like to thank all the dignitaries on the dais for the inauguration session, and now we can proceed for the first technical session for the day. I would like to request Mr. Amrish Bhuwania ji to please come and take forward the first technical session. Thank you so much.